Hello and welcome to Dimsy's Domain. This is a review for episode 52 of Yugioh Vrains. This is the first episode in this season, season 2, which I truly was disappointed with. Not with the art, not with the animation, not even with the way it was structured. Actually, the way it was booked, the outcome of the duel, it didn't make much sense for me. But let me quickly recap what happened in this episode. I'm waiting for my pizza, so I'm going to be quick. We had a duel between Go and Soulburner. They had the conclusion of that duel. We saw the little secretary for Akira Zaizen kind of prop up, and she tried to do something. I'll talk about that in a bit. And then at the end, we saw Playmaker versus Blood, whatever his name is. Point being, I'm not really in a good mood because I think that they squandered such a good opportunity. The good opportunity was during the duel between Go versus Soulburner. Let me tell you what happened. Go lost, but before that, one of the good things that we learned was we learned about Soulburner's immediate events, the immediate events after the lost incident. He was around 6 years. He was 6 years old, so he's around the same age, if not older, younger by a year or so. He's 16-ish at this current moment. So he was 6 years old after the loss, during the lost incident, and immediately afterwards, his grandparents came and collected him from the hospital. And then he asked, "What about mom and dad?" And this is where you get an insight of his character, of his story, of his experiences. We learn later on that his grandparents told Soulburner that after Takeru went missing, his parents were looking for him every single day. Unfortunately, they were involved in an accident and subsequently passed away. So now he is an orphan and he's living with his grandparents. So he has a sad backstory. He has a very tragic backstory whereby he thought he was saved. He was saved from the lost incident only to go home to even more heartbreak. His world was already turned upside down. Now it has been turned inside out. So he has a very tragic backstory, and that makes me wonder, from the previous episode whereby we saw him, half of his face was shadowed out, isn't this the perfect opportunity to have him play like some sort of a villain in disguise? I don't know. Am I thinking too much? Maybe so. So Soulburner has quite the tragic backstory, and he said how since the lost incident he's never been himself. He's never been his true self. He's always doing things half-heartedly. He's just he just doesn't care. He doesn't really have that much interest, nor does he have that much determination to do anything. And after finding out that Playmaker, Go Onizuka and Blue Angel, all three of them were battling the people who hurt him, the Knights of Hanoi and Dr. Kogami, he was absolutely incensed. It's like as if that a spark has sparked inside of him, and the fire was raging really, really strong. And he decided, you know what? He's going to move cities. He's going to go to Den City. Regarding that woman, that girl who called his name and said, "Takeru, are you going to come back to school?" Is she going to be playing a prominent role later on? I don't know. Are we going to see more of her? Probably not. Probably not anytime soon. But it's also good to have a few characters established which are part of Takeru's exclusive circle, the people that he knows, and who probably won't intermix or intertwine with the other cast members or the people they're associated with. For example, that girl probably doesn't know who Playmaker or who Yusaku is, so it's really nice to have him have his exclusive circle. One of the interesting things we saw was just a build up, or just, it seems like they were trying to build up what's her name? Hiyami's character, as she tried to intervene. You can see that she truly does care about Akira. She doesn't want him to get demoted again, so she tries to take things into her own hands. And by doing so, she does some automated missiles or some attacks to kind of attack Soulburner. Now, this was a very dishonorable tactic, a very dirty tactic. And Soulburner was like, "Yo, Go, I thought better of you. Why would you do this?" And he was like, "No, it wasn't me." After which Go then took a missile, took a took an attack to save Soulburner. And this is the thing, like, they're trying to give us, the audience, and give us an image that, listen, Go, he's complex. He's not as cookie cutter as you may think he is. If he's a bounty hunter, he should be cold-blooded, I guess, but he's not. But the problem I have is the way they had such a nice complex character. They made him complex. They made him very interesting. They made him very, he's a multifaceted character in terms of his motivations, in terms of what drives him, as well as the way he duels. He got a new deck, he got a new archetype, and you're telling me that he's going to lose? He lost on his first proper debut, well, re-debut to us, and it didn't make sense. And let me tell you why. What they should have done is, and I'll talk about Hiyami in a bit, what they should have done was simply have it end in such a way that it becomes a no contest, where you've had the interaction between Soulburner as well as Go Onizuka. You had the interaction, you had the sparks fly, you had Soulburner say, listen, you are the one who inspired me, not Playmaker, not Thingy. It was you. You are the one who makes me do this. So Go doesn't feel like, okay, there is people who are truly his fans. He has inspired people. And then when he takes the hit for Soulburner or whatever, it would have worked. What they should have done was, so have Hiyami just chuck all these attacks, and if it somehow ended in a no contest, that would have been perfect. Somehow Soulburner could have gone. You would have had Go take the hit for Soulburner, and that leaves him unconscious, and this leaves the duel open-ended. You can't bury Go like that. You need to book him better. He can't lose. He shouldn't have lose. He shouldn't have lost, but he did lose, and that baffles me. You are squandering a very good character. Let me tell you one thing. Listen, Go is on a redemption arc. He's become a bounty hunter, but he needs to find his true self. Just like what Soulburner said. Takuru said, we both need to find our true selves. And if by the end, or let's say a few moments later, a couple of episodes down the line in this season, whenever, next season, when Go does come back as a good guy, as a true hero of Link Vrains, let me tell you one thing. It would have been way more effective if he won, or if he did not lose this duel, than if he lost this duel. Now, honestly, the audience do not give a crap about Go. I don't give a crap about Go. I thought he was something to be interested about, but no. This is the issue. They're falling into this trap whereby this love for making all the Ignis holders, apart from Spectre, win all their duels. And now the characters which they introduced initially as these juggernauts, as these superstars, are really losing out. Go, Blue Angel, all of them, both of them, they're really losing out, and they need to rebuild these characters. And they had the opportunity with Go to make him into something really great, something really complex. They had a nice character arc right there for him, but all they had to do was not make him lose. That's enough. Let's go on to Hiyami. What she did was interesting. It made her a very interesting, well, made her the start, made her showcase the beginnings of an interesting character. Unfortunately, as soon as everyone was thinking, oh, who's doing the attack, the tone, the music really dropped and it became goofy. They shouldn't have done that. They should have made her apologize more, as in made the music, made the tone fit her apology, really saying, look, Zaizen, I tried to help you, sir. I really wanted you to keep your position. And he does acknowledge that. He said, look, we'll talk later, but it doesn't come across. It becomes a goofy little skit, which could have been the main engine to justify why Soulburner vs Go Onizuka was a no contest. They really dropped the ball, and they really did drop it fast and hard. And apart from that, I would say that the duel was okay. The result was crap. The backstory was very interesting, and it makes us question even more what's gonna happen. What is the true motive for Soulburner? And when we saw Blood Shepard approach Playmaker, this is the beginnings of a new duel, and that's gonna be in episode 53. Now, it was nice for Playmaker to once again acknowledge that there's a mysterious aura, something feels a bit dodgy. I think that they might be harnessing, or whoever is there, they might be harnessing the wind Ignis, but that's just me theorizing, prognosticating. I don't know, that might be wrong. It's just speculation at this point. Anyway, what did you lot think about this episode? Make sure to comment down below. Make sure to subscribe if you do this. You may now exit Dimsy's domain. Thank you. Goodbye. Take care. Don't die.